Lewis mainly sells goods on credit to the rapidly expanding middle-income market through the Lewis, Best Electric and My Home brands. Lewis has a market cap. Sorry. Okay.
Need a drink of water.
No, I'm fine. Yeah. Lewis mainly sells goods on credit to the rapidly expanding middle-income market through the Lewis, Best Electric and My Home brands. Lewis has a market cap of 7.2 billion rand, price-to-earnings ratio of 7.3 and a dividend yield of 7%. Does the story change here, Paul?
A very similar story without any of the complications of external shareholding and that sort of thing. This business, as a result of its sort of evolution, it was listed and controlled by a UK-based group called Gus, which was really a proxy for the Lewis family. But over time, it's now emerged as sort of distributed, held, institutional player. Its biggest shareholder is the Government Employees Pension Fund. It's a nice little business. It runs carefully. It manages all of its credit cautiously. Its CEO, Johan Enslin, worked in the business for 40 years or something, came up from, cleaning the teacups as a 16-year-old or something in the Kimberley store. It doesn't put a foot wrong. It's just a solid, well-run business.
This is a glowing report on Lewis, is what we're hearing.
Look, I mean, it's not enormous. It's got like 600 stores around the country. As I said, it's largely used its own balance sheet to do its funding. It did come to the market with a medium-term note program, in other words, accessing the corporate credit market. Results have been as good as they could have been. So in the period of recovery,
the share price performance, if you look at this graph, is not bad at all.
Yes, but you will know that if you have been following the retailers this year, we started off with a very, very bad start to 2013, and you can see that there. But quite a few of the selected retailers have started to rebound. We've seen ShopRite pick up. We've seen Woolies power on. We've seen Cashbuild recover. You mentioned them earlier. So I think the story is becoming a little bit more differentiated. People are looking at the results. Lewis's numbers looked okay. They seem to have avoided the worst. And then remember, quite a lot of these guys are taking market share away from Ellerines, which is in the African bank stable, which is having
that's a completely different story.
Another nightmare, yeah.
So Lewis, all in all, a pretty good picture is what you're saying. Solid company with a solid outlook.
Yes, and I know some people are a bit scathing about people that operate businesses like this that target the lower income consumers with credit offering. But you know that something like 60% of Lewis's customers are women. Their bad debt provisions and bad write-offs are not bad at all.
What was that to do with women?
Their customers are mostly women. So
and that's relevant how?
Well, it's relevant because I think people have this crazy idea that South African consumers are all deadbeats. They all have a massive problem with paying their debts. They're very unreliable, and that the businesses that sell to them are all some kind of loan sharks.
But if they're women, then all that doesn't stand.
Exactly, thank you.
They're solid citizens.
In my view, these are people who are just trying to use the available credit to improve the quality of their lives, to have a comfortable environment at which to sleep, and at which to enjoy watching television at night in homes that are steadily getting a little bit more well off, and where incomes are rising, and this is an ideal business to service that customer.
Paul, hot or not on Lewis?
I think I am hot on it. I like the way that it reports, and I like the positioning, and I like the debt market tapping that they've been doing lately.